Let me ask you something. How many times have you said yes when every part of you was screaming no? How often have you smiled just to keep the peace, agreed just to avoid judgment, performed just to be liked? What if I told you Swami Vivekananda warned against this trap over a century ago? He called it what it truly is, the slow death of the soul. And in this video from Vedanta Knowledge, I'll show you how to break free completely. Imagine a world where you're never criticized. Everyone likes you. You never offend. You're always agreeable. Sounds nice, doesn't it? Swami Vivekananda would have said that's the most dangerous life you can live. Because in trying to be everything to everyone, you become nothing to yourself. You lose your fire, your originality, your soul. Vivekananda said, "The moment you care what the world thinks of you, you are no longer free." In 1893, when Vivekananda landed in the West, he was told, "You're not dressed properly. Don't speak about religion. They won't accept it. Talk like us. Act like us. Be like us." He could have obeyed. He could have blended in, softened his message, smiled politely. But instead, he stood up in Chicago in his saffron robe, spoke boldly about Vedanta, fearlessness, and the power of India's spiritual heritage, and shook the Western world to its core. "I come from a land where men and women rise above all fear, where the soul is not a sinner, but divine.
No pleasing, no apologizing,
just truth." Today, we're trained from birth to please. Teachers, bosses, family, Instagram followers, even strangers we'll never meet. We trade truth for acceptance and wonder why we feel empty. Vivekananda called this moral suicide. You cannot serve truth and public opinion at the same time. When you try to please everyone, you make your spine weak, your voice small, your life forgettable. And worst of all, you teach your subconscious that your own truth is dangerous.
This story might shock you. Once, a Western woman, deeply moved by Vivekananda's wisdom, proposed marriage to him. She said, "You're brilliant, powerful, spiritual. Marry me, and together we will change the world." Most men would have been flattered, tempted, but Vivekananda looked her in the eye and said, "I am married to truth. My mission is not comfort, but awakening." He didn't say what she wanted to hear. He didn't soften himself to win love, because pleasing one person at the cost of his dharma was never an option. That's what real power looks like. Today, we perform constantly. We perform on social media. We perform at work. Even in relationships, we become actors, saying what sounds good, not what feels true. Vivekananda warned, each time you betray your inner voice, you step away from freedom. We don't need more likes. We need more truth tellers. People who say no without guilt, set boundaries without apology, and speak what matters, even when it shakes the room. That's how you stop pleasing and start living. Why do we please? Because deep down we fear rejection, loneliness of not being enough. But Vivekananda said, if you have faith in all the gods but no faith in yourself, you are still an atheist. He flipped the script. Your first responsibility is not to make others comfortable. It is to be true to your own soul. That's not selfish. That's spiritual. You say yes when you mean no. You downplay your opinions to keep peace. You fear what others might think more than what you think of yourself. These are not personality quirks. They are signs you're at war with yourself. And Vivekananda didn't teach us to survive that war. He taught us to win it. So here's your wake-up call. You will lose people when you stop pleasing them, but you will find yourself. And that is the greatest victory of all.
In part 2, we'll go even deeper. How to say no like Vivekananda, how to find your voice, how to live without apology, and how to replace people-pleasing with soul-pleasing. Because the world doesn't need another agreeable face. It needs you unfiltered, unapologetic, and on fire with truth. Most people fear the word no. It feels rude, rebellious, risky. But Swami Vivekananda showed us that saying no is often the most spiritual thing you can do. He once said, stand up, be bold, be strong. Take the whole responsibility on your own shoulders. That includes the responsibility to protect your time, your energy, your truth. Next time someone asks you to compromise your values, remember, a polite no is kinder than a fake yes. Your soul didn't come here to be a doormat. It came to awaken. Pleasing is a trap you fall into when you forget your mission. Vivekananda didn't travel across oceans to win friends. He came to awaken a sleeping nation, to revive Vedanta Dharma, to remind the youth of their divine strength. Every time he faced resistance, he reminded himself, do not lower your goals to the level of the crowd. Instead, raise the crowd to the level of your goals. If you live for approval, your life will be small. But if you live for purpose, you will shake the world. Here's how you stop being a people pleaser and start being a soul pleaser. 1. The mirror mantra. Every morning, look at yourself and say, today, I choose truth over approval. I release the need to be liked. I am not here to fit in. I am here to wake up. 2. The 3-second rule. Before answering any request, pause for 3 seconds. Ask yourself, is this true for me? If not, politely say no. 3. The truth journal. Every night, write down one moment you compromised yourself that day and one moment you honored yourself. Track your growth. Small truths become big strength.
Vivekananda was rejected constantly by narrow-minded leaders, by colonial thinkers, even by his own countrymen at times. But every rejection made him sharper, bolder, clearer. He said, blows are what awaken us. Praise is a lullaby. So don't fear rejection. It means you're breaking old patterns. Each no you receive is a reminder. You're not here to be ordinary. You're here to be free. People pleasers often feel like victims, but Vivekananda flipped the script. You are the maker of your own destiny. You don't attract disrespect, you train others to give it. When you stay silent, agreeable, and fake, you teach people to ignore your boundaries. Start saying what you mean. Start showing who you are. People might leave, but the ones who remain will respect you deeply, because authenticity is magnetic. Vivekananda didn't speak softly to avoid conflict. He spoke boldly to awaken souls. You can, too. Take up one idea. Make that one idea your life. Dream of it, think of it, live on that idea. What's your one idea? What truth are you hiding behind politeness? Start speaking it, even imperfectly. Each time you express your truth, you become more alive. Here's the truth no one tells you. You can be loved by thousands and still feel anxious, fake, and hollow. Or you can be misunderstood by many, but feel strong, clear, and free. Vivekananda always chose the second path. Say what you mean and do what you feel is right. The world may scold you today, but tomorrow they will salute you. Stop trading your inner peace for temporary applause. Peace lasts, approval fades. You were not born to please everyone. You were born to awaken something greater. So today, stop shrinking your voice. Stop apologizing for your truth. Stop fearing rejection. Instead, speak one bold truth. Say no without guilt. Set one boundary. And walk like your soul matters more than your popularity, because it does. Your 7-day micro-action plan. Say no once a day, even for something small. Post something true, not trendy. Share a real insight. Go silent for 1 hour daily. Reconnect with yourself. Write down one thing you did to please today, replace it tomorrow. Tell one person how you truly feel, respectfully and clearly. Read one quote from Vivekananda each morning. Repeat this every night. I am not here to be liked. I am here to live my truth. Swami Vivekananda didn't ask you to be agreeable. He asked you to be awake. And if that awakening offends some people, so be it. Because in the end, the world does not remember the ones who pleased it. It remembers the ones who changed it. Now go and be one of them.